Hey, how's it going? This is Carter with 80/20. Recently, I've been asked a lot about what's my tricks, what's my secrets with my nutrition, and I live by the 80/20 rule: 80% nutrition, 20% working out. 80% of my nutrition is healthy, lean, and clean, and 20% is cheap. So I live 5 days a week, really clean, and then 2 days a week, separately, I have 2 cheat days. That not super cheat days, like exceeding my maintenance, but I'm a little bit more liberal with what I'm eating, to make my body, to keep it guessing, so that it doesn't just get used to the real clean foods. And it really does help me. I've been able to drop my body percentage from 25% down to 10% within months. I've tried 2 apps for my nutrition tracking, and I can only really speak to one, and that's the one I'm going to be reviewing today. I don't see a lot of reviews on YouTube, so I thought I would put something together and just kind of go through the app and kind of describe how I use it, and let you know what I think of it. So what it is MyPlate. So if you don't have it downloaded, just go to the App Store and you can download. Look up MyPlate. Comes up, and that's it. So I've already got it downloaded, so I'm just going to open it. So we'll open it up. It comes to the home page. If you're new to it, then you're not going to see anything. It'll be blank, and what you're going to want to do is go through the setup process. I'm not going to be able to do that, but I'll just go to my account, and I'm going to show you a few things. So we'll start at the top, the edit profile. So in here, this is kind of the questions they're going to ask you, like what's your gender, what's your height, what's your activity level. When you pick activity level, really be honest with yourself about it, and you can look them up online, like what does light activity really mean, what is moderate, what is very active. I'd say very active is a highly active job with at least an hour of vigorous exercising a day. Moderate activity is a high intensity job with little workout, and a light activity would be a sedentary job with high activity workout. And then sedentary would be sedentary job and light activity workout. So I'm kind of in that middle range on light activity, so that I can be a little more conservative. I can kind of control it a little better, because right now my job is sanitary, but I give a good hour every single day to the gym. So you have your current weight, you have your weight goals. So this is just like, where would you like to be? And then maintenance target. So when you set up all the stuff, it's going to know kind of what your maintenance is. It's going to give a guesstimation using algorithms. So in here, you can actually adjust it on a weekly basis, daily basis. It doesn't make a difference how many times you adjust it. But what it'll do is it will calculate the amount of calories you need to meet that goal. So you got your lose on the top and gains on the bottom. I'm just maintenance. And then from there, I make adjustments as I want to go. So calories and macro goals. So here again, this is a good rule of thumb. It actually gives you the formula that it uses to calculate your calorie goals. So I have mine on automatic. I think it's great because it will fluctuate as my weight fluctuates, and it'll recalculate the calorie goals, so that I'm not hitting a plateau every time and then having to readjust it. You can come down below and set your carbohydrates, your proteins and fats, this is what I found works best for me. I used to have proteins and carbohydrates swapped, but I've recently changed over because I felt like my proteins were a little too high and I was having some adverse effects, and I needed more energy, so I went with the carbohydrates at 40%. But I feel good about this. I might cycle this, once a week on a real heavy day. Heavy day, I'll keep this, and then a light day where I'm not going to do much, I might drop my carbs and up my fats. But it just depends on how I feel about that. You can change other goals. You can set sodium, your sugars, your dietary fibers. It's pretty cool. This right here is pretty important. So if you make any changes, you need to get back to this point. You need a force, a sync, or it won't reflect it. I think it'll sync like once a day, but if you do force sync, it'll reflect your changes immediately. So let's look at settings. You make sure your units of measure are with the country of origin, whatever you use. Daily reminders, you can set that up to tell you like when to eat. You can set up notifications, track my activity. This one, this will, if you have an iPhone, it'll link to your health app, which will pull the gyroscope. Anyways, it'll pull the movements that it takes, that calculates the steps you take and your activity level, and it'll pull it into here, and it will account for that in your daily activity. So that's really cool. You share, rate the app about it. So at the bottom, this is kind of like your menu. We can go back to tracking, which is your main home screen. You'll have the calendar at the top, left and right arrows. Here you're going to have a progression bar of the calories that you have and have left through the day. And then next you will have a next bar that says consumed, the amount you've consumed, the amount you burned, and the net that you've netted. Now this is not right because my burns, I don't know why this is not showing it, but the burns should be around 500. Stepping down from there, you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. Simple, broken out. If you want to add a food, all you have to do is tap on the circle and it pulls breakfast up for you. From here, you add the food. Number one, you can do a search for something. You can put in eggs. So it's pretty intuitive. So it's, e.g., it kind of knew what I was going to do. It whole eggs. And you see this heart next to it. The heart indicates that I've used this before. So it's saying, hey, this is a favorite of yours. You've actually chosen this before. But if it's not, say, what I'm looking for, I can continue to type it out, and it'll find what I am looking for. But you go in here, so I've never done the egg McMuffins, so that's where it kind of starts, and the heart goes away. From there, you can add it. So let's do an egg McMuffin. So an egg McMuffin, 1 serving, that's half a muffin. The date, I can do a repeat if I want to say, hey, I'm going to have that every day for breakfast. You drop down, it gives you your total calories from fats, and this little eye icon over here gives you a breakdown of the nutrition facts, which is really neat whenever you want to dig into it. Shows you, the total fats, carbohydrates, and then the protein. So it's really nice to have that. And down below that, you'll have your breakdown of proteins, fats, and carbs, and your little pie chart. And I think that's great. It's real quick. You can just kind of glance at it and just know, oh wow, this is the way I need to be going or not go because of what you need for the day. So we'll go back to breakfast. Cancel that. So at the top below that, or next to that, you have the scanner. I don't have anything to scan right now, but obviously you can see, you just scan the barcode and it will pull in the food if it's in the system. If it's not in the system, then you have to go through it and try to find it, but it's really simple. Most things are in there. Below that you have recent foods, so recently tracked foods. So that's really nice because you can just scroll to there much quicker than you can probably type it in. I don't really have a lot other than things that I've made. So you can create a new food if they don't have it in there. So at Yogurtland, they didn't have the the cheesecake yogurt. So I built that for other people to actually see it. So I put it in there. So that's my foods that I've created. I should do more of that, but to be honest, I haven't ran into an issue where I needed to. Next to that is my meals. This is where I've kind of created some meals where I may eat it more than once, and then it just makes it easy to click on it, and it'll show you everything that's involved. So instant oats made ready. So as here, it shows me everything, all the ingredients that I've put into this meal. And once this is up, I can either delete the meal, I can or I can go over here and say I ate this. Once you say I ate this, it's going to then put it into your breakfast, which is great. It makes it a lot quicker if you kind of know what you're going to eat on a weekly basis. Okay, so from there you have your exercise, your weight. Here you just obviously type in the weight just like normal. I do it every day at the same time. My water, I'm not too good at tracking this, but here again, you can change the size of your cups and tell yourself, hey, I drank this many glasses. So it's pretty nice. Down below that is your progression bar and your fats, carbs, and proteins. It gives you your grams per day. Off to the right hand side is the total grams that you're shooting for, and then on the left is what you are actually at. So I'm at 56 of 68 grams. So I'm kind of low on everything, so I can have a little bit more tonight after dinner, which I haven't even eaten. I went ahead and pre-put in dinner because I knew what I was going to eat. So I pre-did it. That way I could kind of say, okay, I need a little more. I need another snack, or I need to adjust it. So by the end of the day, I'm gonna be able to actually have a little bit more, which is great. So from there, if you hit the pie chart off to the left-hand side, it gives you a breakdown of the percentage of the fats, carbs, and proteins. So at 56, it's still around 25% of my daily intake, 39 and 36. So I'm right on track. I mean, couldn't ask for better. Below here, I don't really look at this that much. It doesn't make a difference to me, but it does break it down by the meals, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, and it shows you calculations on each meal, like what was my breakfast consisted of. 31%, 38, 31, pretty even meal. And that's where I like to be. I like to try to keep it a little bit even. And then from there, you track on down. The next thing is, from the bottom, is the progression. So here is here's just a chart. At the top, it says my chart, so it's looking at my calories. Then next from there, you can change it to, I have the upgraded version, the gold version, so I have more. I have daily macros. I can see my average for the week. I can see my average for the month. I can see my average for 3 months, 6 months, so on. But if you don't get the gold, then you're gonna look at it like this. Calories, here you can adjust weekly, monthly, 3 months, 6 months, and depending on how long you've been doing it, up to a year, it gives you your total calories a day. Your goal is for today. Your goal, this is what you did today, your goal for today, and then your daily average over time. So I've actually been kind of low, 1769 on my daily average. So I know that I need to, a couple of days, like I think one day it was 0, 2 days, the system may have crashed. So that kind of skews the average to me. So I don't really hold that to high standard. But below that, it'll look at the foods and highest in calories, vanilla. That's a protein shake, 1,250 calories. So it kind of gives a breakdown of meals. And so you can kind of see like where you're putting the most calories. If you keep going over, you need to look at this and say, oh, I need to cut that out. I need to stop eating cheesecake. Well, I don't go over, so I don't really care. From there, I don't really use this feature, but it's here. Workout feature, it gives you like different workouts to do, 5 minute, 10 minute. I mean, it's good if you're at the house and you need motivation and you don't really know what to do when it comes to working out. So this is a good little tool. It's not the reason I'm here. Here's a community like texting area, comments, people ask questions. I don't know, it's kind of like a little community. I haven't done anything in this, but I might later. But I guess that's it. I mean, it's a great app. It's probably underrated. A lot of people use MyFitPal, but I don't know. I've tried that one. I thought about swapping. I downloaded it, but I didn't find it intuitive. I found this was much more simplistic, and that's what I was looking for. Something that was just easy, and it wasn't hard to just glance at it and say, oh, I'm good for the day, or yeah, hey, I can keep eating because I need XYZ. So I really like it. It makes it easy, and this is how you hit your goals and how you maintain your weight or lose weight. I'll tell you this, one important aspect of this is what you consume. Okay, I never look at what I burned and said, I burned 500 so I can eat 500 more. Some people may do that, but you're really cheating yourself. Like if the system says do 2,400, then do 2,400, even though you may have burned 500, and it's telling you need another 400 calories or 500 calories. Like you don't have to do your net does not have to equal your consumed, okay? Or your net does not have to equal out to the max, because what it is it's showing you what you netted overall. Like you're just going to help yourself that much more if you're trying to lose weight. Now, if you're trying to gain weight, that's a different story, and you should probably eat all of it. So that you maintain or gain weight. Because if you don't at least get to your maintenance, which is what's going to be in your consume spot, then you'll just keep losing weight. So set your goals, follow them. This thing will only work is if you do it. There's no other way around it. Like you can't make this work unless you are truthful and honest with yourself and truly do it. And don't kid yourself that you can just cheat it and it's gonna work. So be faithful with it, and you'll prosper. Good luck. I mean, if you need anything, just send me some comments and I'll try to help you. But I will tell you, I swear by this. This is probably the best thing that I've ever done. I'll post a picture at the end of this to show you my progression just in like 2 months of me being healthy, but yet not truly knowing and counting my macros in this way. But once I started, man, it just went like a snowball effect. I mean, we're downhill from there. Like the 23% body fat dropped to 10 really quickly. So good luck, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.